If you're watching this, I'll bet you've stood in front of the mirror a little too long, holding a photo of that perfect haircut, wondering, should I go short this time? Will this finally lift my cheeks? Or will I just end up looking older again? Somewhere between hope and hesitation, you've probably asked yourself, is it even possible for a haircut to give me that fresh, lifted feeling at 60? Maybe you've tried a bob, maybe even both styles, only to find your jawline looks softer, your cheeks didn't pop, and you're left thinking, did I just make myself look older? Let's admit it. Sometimes the hardest part about hair after 60 isn't the cut itself. It's the silent wish for a little lift, a hint of elegance, something that says vibrant without trying too hard. And yet, the world loves to tell us that after a certain age, our choices shrink, our style options narrow. But that's not the truth I see. Women in their 60s are challenging every rule, redefining beauty, and refusing to disappear into the background. Today isn't just another style comparison. It's a real-life, face-to-face showdown. French bob versus Italian bob. But here's the twist. What if neither cut is the real answer? As we dig in, I'm going to show you side-by-side proof, real confessions, and at the very end, reveal the surprising secret that most stylists never mention, but could change the way you feel about every haircut you get from now on. So, if you're ready for honest answers, a few surprises, and one little detail that could make all the difference, let's get started. Let's start by painting a clear picture, because when it comes to haircuts after 60, clarity is everything. The French bob. Just saying the words probably makes you think of effortless Parisian women, short, breezy, and somehow always perfectly tousled. This cut usually sits right around the chin, sometimes a touch above, with soft, slightly undone layers that frame the face gently. There's often a whisper of fringe, not too blunt, giving everything a softness that feels playful, but not childish. Women love the French bob because it's low maintenance but always chic, and it has this magical way of adding a lightness around the jawline, drawing attention up toward the eyes and cheekbones. Then, there's the Italian bob. Now, this one brings a different energy altogether. Think of it as the bold, sophisticated sister, slightly longer, grazing the neck or brushing the shoulders, with a stronger, more defined edge. The Italian bob tends to be cut blunter at the ends, sometimes with a bit more volume at the base. You'll see less layering here, and often a deeper side part, or a sleek finish that adds a sense of drama. The magic of the Italian bob is in its structure, the way it can anchor the face and, when done right, offer a sculpted effect around the jaw. It's modern, a little glamorous, and often gets called the facelift haircut by stylists who know how to work its angles. So which one hides a sagging jawline and which actually lifts the cheeks? That's the million-dollar question. Some swear the French bob's softness gives a gentle lift, while others are convinced the bold line of the Italian bob does more for definition. The only way to find out? Let's break it down with real faces, real results, and a few honest surprises. If you've ever left the salon feeling disappointed, like the promise of a lifting bob somehow turned into a letdown, please know you are absolutely not alone. Let's talk about the real pain because the struggle is real. You see the glossy before and after photos online, and every stylist seems to say, "This cut will lift your face." But then you get home, look in the mirror, and wonder, why does my jawline look even softer? Why do my cheeks seem to settle instead of lifting? Here's the truth. As we age, our hair texture changes, our face loses some of its natural fullness, and gravity becomes a little less forgiving. A bob that worked at 40 might suddenly feel harsh, or worse, make the lines and loose skin stand out. Some women say, "No matter how much I try, my jawline keeps disappearing with every haircut. Can a bob really save it?" Or, "It's tough finding a cut that doesn't emphasize the wrinkles or the loose skin. Why is this so hard?" These aren't just style questions. They're questions about feeling visible, beautiful, and confident. It's not your fault if a cut falls flat. Sometimes stylists use a one-size-fits-all approach, forgetting that after 60, softness and shape both matter so much more. A French bob with too much layering can look thin or fly away. An Italian bob that's too heavy can drag the face down. The real problem isn't the idea of a bob. It's how it's tailored, how it's styled, and whether it respects what makes your face unique. The real answer? It's a blend of smart structure, texture, and the little tweaks that honor your age and your style. And yes, there are ways to get it right. Here's where things get really interesting. Let's take these two iconic bobs and put them to the ultimate test. Can they really lift your cheeks and soften your jawline? Or is it just clever marketing? Imagine two women, both in their 60s, with similar face shapes but totally different haircut histories. We try the French bob on one, the Italian bob on the other, and then swap. What happens? With the French bob, you'll often see an instant lightness, layers that curve toward the face, adding a sense of movement and softness. The chin-length cut frames the jaw in a way that can distract from sagging, giving cheeks a little pop, especially if you add a soft wave or some strategic volume at the roots. There's something about the airiness of the French bob that feels almost like a mini-lift, and for many, it's a breath of fresh air after years of heavier styles. Now, let's look at the Italian bob. It's all about structure. The blunt ends can act as a visual anchor, making the lower face look firmer, and the added weight can help disguise thinning hair. When styled sleek, the Italian bob draws the eye along a strong horizontal line, almost tightening the look of the jaw. If you add a deep side part, suddenly the cheekbones stand out. For some women, that's the secret to a more sculpted, confident look. But here's the honest truth. Neither style is perfect for everyone. Sometimes, the French bob can feel too soft if your hair is fine, while the Italian bob can feel too heavy if your face shape isn't right. That's why it's so important to look at real-life results and remember, the real magic comes from how you style and adapt each cut, not just the cut itself. So which one really lifts more? Maybe the real answer is in the details we don't always see. Let's be real. One of the hardest things about getting older isn't just the lines or changes in our hair. It's the tug of war between wanting to look fresh and not wanting to look like we're trying too hard. Maybe you felt it. You get a new cut, maybe a French bob, and wonder, do I look effortlessly chic? Or am I falling for a trend that's too young for me? Or you try an Italian bob, bold, structured, and stare at the mirror thinking, is this too much? Am I trying to be someone I'm not? That inner dialogue is so common, and it's something we rarely talk about out loud. In fact, so many women in our community have shared that the biggest battle isn't just about hair, but about feeling authentic. It's about wanting a style that feels like you, not a magazine version, not what your stylist thinks you should have, but a cut that matches your life, your laugh lines, your personality. Some days, natural elegance means embracing the softness of the French bob. Other days, it's finding your edge with the Italian bob. So here's what I want you to know. Style isn't about choosing between young or old. It's about choosing what makes you feel at home in your own skin. If you feel light and confident with tousled layers, lean into it. If you love the drama and definition of a sharper cut, own it. The real beauty secret? It's the smile and confidence you bring to every style. Don't be afraid to experiment. Swap between looks, or even blend them. You're not trying too hard. You're honoring yourself. That's elegance, and it never goes out of style. Here's where I let you in on a little secret. Most women think the haircut alone does all the lifting, but the real transformation is about so much more. Yes, the right cut, whether it's French or Italian, can give you a boost, but the true magic is often in the details you add afterward. Let's talk about those plot twists. For some, the aha moment came when they added soft waves to a French bob. Suddenly their face looked more open, their cheeks lifted, and there was movement that felt both fresh and flattering. Others discovered that a mashup, a touch of French softness mixed with Italian length and structure, did wonders, especially for those with more angular or square jawlines. And don't underestimate the power of good styling, a dab of hair oil, a quick lift at the roots with a round brush, or just embracing a bit of natural texture can make a world of difference. But maybe the biggest surprise is that what truly lifts your face after 60 isn't just your hair. It's everything you do to take care of yourself. Hydration, a bit of skincare, and confidence shine through any style. Some women found that letting go of heavy makeup actually made them look younger, because the cut brought out their natural glow. Others realized it wasn't about which bob to choose, but about how much joy and self-acceptance they felt when they wore it. So if you're searching for the real lift, start with a great cut. But don't forget, how you style, care for, and own your look is what makes all the difference. Now it's your turn. I want to hear your story. Have you tried the French bob, the Italian bob, or maybe both? Did you find one truly lifted your cheeks or softened your jawline, or are you still searching for your signature cut? Post your before and after bob pics. Let's celebrate your transformation together and settle this debate in the comments. If you have a friend over 60 who's hesitating, tag her below. And if you have a secret tip to keep your bob looking youthful, share it. This community is all about lifting each other up, not just our cheekbones. Vote in the comments. French bob or Italian bob? Which one feels more like you after 60? Remember, the best look is always the one that makes you feel radiant and true to yourself. Before you go, if you're curious about what's next in timeless style, you'll want to see my next video. We're diving into the cultivated bob, the quiet luxury haircut that's redefining elegance for 2025. It's subtle, sophisticated, and might just be the most flattering bob yet. Click now, and let's discover your next chapter together.